and welcome to this video. Now today I'm just going to be doing a quick sort of concert review sort of roundup video of when I seen Elvis Costello, seen him last night in Edinburgh. So yeah, I'll just be doing a quick sort of like concert like overview sort of thing. So yeah, I'd seen him at the Edinburgh Playhouse with my dad. Here's our tickets for the concert here. Like, I mean, I booked the tickets back in I think about February or March sort of time, and like I did have I had some sort of like, I'd say like apprehensions like about the show kind of thing. Like, as Costello, like he often doesn't like kind of like do like his sort of crowd pleasing hits. Like he is like, he's a bit like Bob Dylan like in like that regard. Like he kind of just like, he does like kind of like what he wants to play sort of thing. Like when like I had seen that some recent set lists like which had looked like pretty like incredible. Like I mean, like he was playing about 30 songs like most nights, and like 30 songs most nights, and like doing the vast majority like of like his big hit singles. But like I decided like that I would like get tickets for the show because I really love like his like first 10 years like of like his career like really was like almost faultless. So our seats for the show were really great. We were in row S, seats 21 and 22, so like we were about that was about 20 seats back, and like pretty central like to like the stage like as well. So yeah, like it was really great. I must say like the crowd did stay seated for the most part like off on the show. Like it was like as you would expect, like a slightly like older crowd. Like whether like they did get up like towards the end like yeah, like it's more like upbeat like hits like what he done. Okay, now I did manage to get a little bit of footage like from the concert, like not too much though, because there was sort of like a slightly strict like kind of like non-filming sort of policy. Like there was sort of like stewards and that sort of coming up to people just saying like don't like just sort of like saying like don't film, but kind of like where like we were seated like we're kind of like in like the middle like off like a row. Like I wasn't able to get like a little bit like off like footage like, but like I was conscious that like they were like kind of like sort of like clamping down on it. So like here's like a few like wee clips off some of the songs performed. So yeah, I will just now go over the set list. So there was 29 songs in total, like according to like this Setlist FM site. So like this might not be like in like the correct order, like it's just like what like someone's put up like from like the show. So he opens up with Wonder Woman, a song which he done from, which I believe is from the album he made with Alan Tucson a couple of years back. Maybe not the best choice to open. Would have preferred something like, say, like Welcome to the Working Week or something like that. I would have kicked off the show like a little bit better, like for me, but still like not a bad song with him. Then he does a song Girls Talk, which is a song which he gave to Dave Edmunds like who had like quite a big hit with it. Like Costello kind of done like a sort of hybrid between like Dave Edmunds' version and like his original demo like off it like as well. Like that one like went down quite well. Then the song King Horse, which is an album track from Get Happy. That was a great one to hear. Then the song Tears Before Bedtime, which I believe is from Imperial Bedroom. That was a slightly different, like, arranged version, but I thought that it was pretty good. Then he done one of his big, like, new wave hits, Radio, fantastic. Then, according to this, he done I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. That might have been, like, a little bit later on, but that was really good. Like, him playing some really great, fantastic, like, lead guitar work. Like, you can often forget, like, how good, like, off, like, a lead guitarist like Costello, like, actually is. Another one which was great to hear was New Lace Sleeves from the Trust record. That's one of my favourite songs of his. Like, really, like, interesting track there. Pete Thomas doing some incredible drumming, like, on that one. Then done Watching the Detectives, which just one, like, was, like, kind of, like, all, like, the lights kind of went down. Like, there's just, like, a green light, like, on Costello, like, when he done this one, like, quite dramatic, like, really good though. And then a surprising one, like, for me, that wasn't expecting this one, Pills and Soap, which is from, I believe it's the Punch the Clock album. Like, that one, like, was really good to hear live, actually. Like, I really like that song. And then he done, I believe, his newest song, like which he done like a single, which was on a film soundtrack last year. It's a song called You Shouldn't Look at Me That Way. Like, that one's quite a nice, sort of slower, jazzier number. Like, it was quite a nice break, like, from like the more like upbeat sort of like punky new wave stuff like which he'd been doing. Then he done Beyond Belief from Imperial Bedroom, Party Girl from Armed Forces, which was again another great song to hear. Like, that one done live, like, kind of like the ending, like, especially like with like the sort of like the harmonies, like, really worked great. And then the kind of sort of first half, like, off like the set closed with I Want You from what's it, Blood and Chocolate, I think the album's called. And like, yeah, like, I mean, like, it's one of like his like most like sort of like well-loved songs. Has never been a massive favourite track of mine. Like, it like went across quite well live. I mean, he does drag this one out quite a bit though, as to be said. Like, went all like for about 10 minutes, this one here, but was still like a very sort of like powerful performance though. And like, although there wasn't a like official like kind of like interval like sort of thing, that the band that did like go like off stage like after this one, like they came back on though with just like a single microphone, and like Costello like with like the two backing singers, like who, like, I forget like the names, but like they're both like very talented, and they done like a sort of like stripped down version like of Allison, which was really nicely performed. I could seen some footage like off like I'm doing it like, a few years ago, and like wasn't too like impressed with it, but I really liked like this version like which he done like off like Allison. Like, he had like the real sort of like big like sort of high notes like towards the end, like when like he was singing like the like My Aim Is True line, was really good. Then this was kind of where the show went into like it's like kind of sort of slower, sort of jazzier kind of thing. Like, it was just like Costello and Steve Naive, like his keyboard player like for like the next few songs. He's done a song I Still Have That Other Girl, which according to this was a collaboration with Burt Bacharach, like from like his like from the record like which they made together. Then he did the song Shot With His Own Gun and A Face in the Crowd. Both songs, didn't really know those songs too well. And then he done a kind of reworked version of Accidents Will Happen. Like, just like Costello, like, and like Steve Naive. It worked quite well, but like would have been nice to like have heard like the full band version of it though. Then done a cover of She by Charles Aznavour, which is Costello like actually did have like a hit single with this one though back in like the 90s, so this one like was like an understandable song to play. Then he done probably the weakest song like off the night, was a song called Adieu Paris, a French sort of song. Like, again, like you didn't really like need to hear this one, like if I could be honest with you. And then the next one was a bit of a, I would say, surprising one. Like, you might say that this one's like not really surprising, like it's like his biggest hit, but like he really doesn't do this one like all that often. It was Oliver's Army, which I think with this one, like the band, it was a kind of sort of slower version of it, and like I think like they were kind of just sort of playing like along with like Costello like for like the for like kind of like the first time like doing it like in like this arrangement, like it kind of seemed. So like it wasn't like the best performance like ever like of like all of his army, but you know like it was fantastic to hear it though. Like it was really, really great. And then he done another one of his classics, Shipbuilding, from the Punch the Clock album. And then he, I believe he done a cover like after this though, like a Johnny Cash cover, a song, I'll Still Love You. Not one of Cash's like biggest songs there, but like certainly like was like a nice version of it though, like nonetheless. And then he, and then I believe like they went off stage after that, or like it might have been like after like this next one actually, like he done What's So Funny About Peace, Love and Understanding, like again one of his classic hits from the like 70s. And then I can believe, and then I can believe that there's like an encore like after that. They done a song American Gangster Time, which I didn't actually know, but I was sitting there thinking, why have I not heard this song before? Like, it was really great. It was a rocker. Like, I believe it's from one of his more recent records. Like, I think it was called, I forget what the album was called now, but like, it was certainly, like, from, like, more recent years. Just a really great song. So, like, if, like, you haven't heard that one, like, definitely do listen to, like, the studio version. Like, it's a really good track. And then the setlist kind of, and then, like, this was when, like, everyone, like, was on their feet, done I Can't Stand Up Falling Down, High Fidelity, two great tracks, like, from the Get Happy record. Like, those songs just real crowd pleasers. Then done Every Day I Write the Book, again another one of his classic hits, and then the set finished with Pump It Up. So yeah, overall really great set list. Like he was on for about like 2.5 hours, no support acts. Like you really got like your money's worth like with this concert, I felt. So yeah, like overall there, the set list, it was quite a nice sort of balance and mix. I mean, I would say it helps he doesn't have like a brand new record out like to like promote. So like we weren't sort of getting like brand new like obscure songs, like so like he was doing like kind of like his hits, but also kind of like album tracks like as well, like which like you might like which like you wouldn't maybe like expect to hear, like stuff like King Horse and Pills and Soap and like New Lace Sleeves, like those sort of songs. I mean, it would have been nice for me personally to have had more songs from My Aim Is True, which is one of my favourite records of his, and This Year's Model. Yeah, we did get like Alison and like Watching the Detectives and like I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea, but like maybe some more like off like the album tracks from those records that would have been nice, like Miracle Man or like You Belong to Me or This Year's Girl, like those sort of songs. I mean, the band were on like absolutely top form. Like it's still amazing that he's got like Steve Naive, like who's been playing with him like pretty much since like This Year's Model, and like Pete Thomas like on drums. Like he's must be about 60 or something now, but he's still such a powerful like drummer. Like he's really, really fantastic, like all like the drums. They've got a new bass player though, and like the two backing singles were also like really talented, like really like had like enhanced like the arrangements quite a lot. So yeah, like I definitely say like if like you are like a Elvis Costello fan and like haven't had the chance to see him, like I would definitely like recommend it. I'm not too sure like where like he's playing next though, mind you. Like I think he's just been doing some like festivals like over like the summer plus like a handful like of like these kind of like sort of like proper sort of like shows when he's like the only artist like playing. But like yeah, like it was a really great show. Like very glad I went, and like yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little review of it, and I'll see you all next time for the next video. Goodbye. Okay, now I just needed to add on a little bit like towards the end like of like this video, like just because I'd seen like on like Facebook like the other day that that Elvis has had to cancel like a couple of like his like upcoming concerts, those in Southend and Plymouth. Basically like sort of like the post says that like he's been forced to cancel like his next two performances like for medical reasons. Like it says that like following some surgery last month, his doctor has strongly advised him to take a break from his current touring itinerary and rest. Now I have to say, I knew nothing about like this surgery. Like you would not have been able to tell that like he was like maybe like not like 100% like at like this like Edinburgh concert really, because he was in top form. I mean, he was taking like he was drinking like quite a bit like off well like I would assume that would be like water, like kind of just to sort of like refresh his voice, but that was like no issue though really. Like I mean like he was in top form, so yeah, like certainly I just like wish like he like gets better soon and like gets better soon and like is able to like get back like on like the road again.